And then it's like, yo, how about the fellas that don't need them? How they gonna look at me?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because that's the thing too. And I'm not from the Midwest, right? One of the things that caught me off guard moving here was I can meet someone, and the first thing they ask me, so what do you do?
First thing.
I'm from where I'm from. You don't ask nobody what they do. You don't ask nobody where they live. Like, that's too intrusive.
I mind my business.
Yeah, you like, no. So East Coasters get a bad rap, like, they just hard, right? Or hard. And it's like, yeah, but that's a progression of life.
Right.
Here it's like, so what do you do? It's like common conversation. And I'm like, I just wasn't used to that. What that does, though, to me, is it builds barriers. What side of town do you live on? What do you do for a living?
Right.
These are all
They
things
might
that,
as well ask you what set you playing.
yo, facts. Because now I'm putting you in a box.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Oh, I went to Roseville, I went to North. Boom, barrier. Like, we're just creating barriers, right? And then it's like, but yet you want me to be vulnerable. Yet you want me to talk about X, you know what I'm saying? So basically what you telling me is, you double my salary, you live in Ankeny, and your kids is woo-woo-woo, and I'm like, I need a sandwich. You know what I'm saying? I haven't seen my son. I'm in a custody battle. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
And I just got a domestic. Well, we ain't got nothing in common, but actually we do. Right, actually, just being black and being male and being in Iowa is one thing, one or
Yeah,
two or
a
three
lot of
things.
them, yeah.
We both got problems. My problems just might look a little different, but I got problems too, right? So it just creates barriers. And it's like, yo, as black, we have enough barriers. We need to be breaking down barriers. Let's just all meet in the park and just not even, we ain't got to talk about what we do, where we come from, nothing. Let's just talk about life. Let's just talk about, you know what I'm saying, what's bothering us today. Or let's talk about our blessings for today. Before we even get to what's bothering us, like, what are we grateful for? So I'm grateful for a group of brothers.
Right.
I'm grateful that, a year ago, I was in a fetal position at the Mayo Clinic, and I didn't have an opportunity to talk to somebody like you.
Right.
And I literally thought I was going to heaven. Facts, right? I'm gonna talk about, so they ain't got nothing to do with my job, my social economic status,
Right.
nothing. It had everything to do
None of
with,
that matters at that moment.
because you could have got shot last year.
Yep.
Or your people could have been in in a hospital. Or your mama was at Mayo. Oh, now we got something. We got hurt in common.
Right.
We ain't talking about money. We ain't talking about status. We talking about like, we got problems.
Yeah. Walk me through that. 'Cause I've always, first of all, I've been praying for you through all of this. I've been supporting Lou. Walk me through mentally. I know you're a positive person, and we've had a little conversation about how you went through that. But walk me through that, like, what was going through your mind as you're going through this new journey, this new level, that not a whole lot of people that I know can say they've gone through this level. What was that like?
So I will say I wasn't prepared for the mental aspect of it. I was preparing myself for the physical. I knew I had to go through chemo. I knew I was going to lose my hair. I knew I was going to lose weight. So I tried to eat. Like, I probably put on 10 pounds before I went to Mayo, right? I knew all of these things, but I didn't know the mental aspect of feeling like, okay, I'm not going to see family or friends for 5 months. I'm not going to see my son for months at a time.
Right.
Or spend time with him. I wasn't prepared for chemo brain, not being able to articulate, or taking me triple time to write an email that would take me 10 minutes. Now it takes me an hour, right? And how that makes you feel inadequate. It makes you feel like, you're not as sharp as you once were, or will this come back, right? I couldn't even talk about this 2 months ago without crying. Like, I literally would be like, I would just get into a space like, it just, boom, it hits me. Because I remember how I felt, right? When I couldn't walk, when I couldn't eat, I couldn't smell. And if it wasn't for my faith, if it wasn't for my wife, and if it wasn't for truly feeling like I had purpose, I don't know if I would be here.
Man.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I knew I couldn't allow my son to not have a father, right? And it was like, nah, like, he deserved to have a father. He didn't come on this earth to navigate this alone. So at that point, you get a different type of strength. You get a different type of focus. And you just say, hey, at the end of the day, it's in God's hands. And it does strengthen your faith. And you be like, and it makes you understand that things you think matter don't matter. Money don't matter. Titles don't matter. What you drive don't matter. None of that matters. In the grand scheme of things, relationships matter, right? How you treat people matter. Your kids, they matter, right? Your wife matters. all the things like you don't actually get a repeat of. Like, yo, you can get a new watch
Right.
10 times over. You can get a new car 10 times over. You can get a new house 10 times over.
Right.
Bank account gonna go up, bank account gonna go down, bank account gonna go up, over. Yo, you don't get certain things over and over.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that it really puts in focus. I felt like I'm like the old person that just say what they want. That's how I feel now. Like I don't hold back. I didn't hold back before. I really don't hold back now, and not in a way where it's aggressive or it's you know, I'm not condescending or any of that. But I'm just gonna say how I feel in a way, and I try to articulate it to where people don't take it personal. But it's like I understand it's not about me. So if you mad, yo, be mad at the universe. Don't be mad at me. I'm just a vessel. I'm just telling you how, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Be mad. But at the end of the day, it's coming from a place of love. I'm not trying to hurt nobody, ever.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But I'm not gonna hold back. Whereas before, I'm like, I don't want them to think this, or like, it was a lot of overthinking. And it was like, why? You're just trying to help people. How they receive it, you know, that's something they have to work on too. But your job is to give them the information.
Yeah.
And I was bad about that. I ain't want to hear what you had to say, even though you're another man and you went through the same thing. Why? Because of my own inadequacies, because of my own shortcomings, because of how I feel, right? Less than. So it really wasn't even about you, ever. It was all about me and the work I wasn't doing on myself.
Right. No, that's real. Man, Lou, I appreciate you just sitting down with me and just having this conversation. It really, it filled me up. I got one more question for you. You know, Dr. Jock said something yesterday at this MLK celebration. He called you the old head, right? So, as the old head, if you had a young man coming to you looking for some advice who's just struggling, he's out here just struggling, trying to find who he is. What would a word of encouragement or a word for him be to help uplift him and to give him that confidence to keep going? Because it's real out here sometimes.
What's funny is I just got chills, right? Because you don't ever think you will become the young OG. Like everybody was my OG. Like old head, they was my old head. Now I become the old head, right? I mentored down in 10th grade.